moved to a 100-acre property in the Canadian wilderness. We try to live a healthy and sustainable lifestyle and share about it in my videos. If sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing and enjoy my channel. Thanks.
Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Thanks for being here. So my husband and I are taking a break from the bugs here at the cabin, which I might add are really quite epic at the moment. I'll talk more about the bugs later in the video. So we are on a little road trip for a few days, enjoying what Ontario's southern region along the shores of Lake Erie have to offer without any biting bugs. So I thought I'd take you along with me. We also attended the opening reception for the art show and kickoff for the annual art crawl. There was quite a bit of people attending and it was an enjoyable evening. If you plan on being in the Huntsville area, the Huntsville art crawl will be running for the whole month of June. I will leave a link in the description if you are interested in attending. It's our first morning back at our sweet little cabin, and I'm happy to be here, even with all the bugs. I miss the peaceful, quiet, slow pace of nature and the amazing sweet forest smells and beautiful scenery everywhere I look. It's quite blustery out right now, and it was raining earlier this morning, but it's supposed to be sunny later on. So I thought I'd check on my flowers and garden this morning and see how they're doing after being away. The vegetables have grown quite a bit in just a few days. I'm surprised at how quickly they're growing. I'll have to come back out and do a little work in the garden. And I also want to hike out on the trails and check out the trail cameras. But before I go outside for the afternoon, I'm going to get dinner started. The humble slow cooker, an often overlooked, underappreciated kitchen appliances with redeeming qualities. It's a great appliance to just dump your food in and turn it on and walk away for the day and come back to a home-cooked meal. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So today I'm going to make some Swedish meatballs for our dinner. I'm using ground chicken for this recipe instead of ground beef because honestly, the cost of beef nowadays is so expensive. So I just read the other day that beef is now considered, quote, a luxury item. And it's so true. And quite honest, just about everything nowadays is so expensive when it comes to groceries. And then I'm going to bake at 400 for about 30 minutes. We have a gas stove that is supplied from a propane tank we have outside. So the only utility we have is electricity. So we are not totally off grid. We do have our own water supply and our own septic management. And I was just noticing the other day that other people have come across states they're off grid when actually, in fact, they have electricity to their property. So unless you're totally off all utilities, you're not off grid. So now the meatballs go into the crock pot, and then I'll mix together the broth, the cream, the herbs and spices, and pour it over the meatballs. Set it on the low setting for approximately 4 hours and walk away. Before I go outside, I'll show you my thrift store purchases from our trip down south. So here are some fruit baskets that I will use for collecting fruits and veggies from the garden and for foraging in the forest. They were $1 each, so that was a good deal. And I found this lovely wooden bowl for $2.50. This is a color mixing book for oil and acrylic paints. It has the original price sticker of $14.49 and I bought it for $2. I will definitely enjoy using this in my studio. Another item I thought would be useful in my art studio is this tray, which I can use to store paint and supplies in. And lastly, I have these two items. First, it's a cute white blouse that I paid $5 for. And a black cotton sundress with a drawstring at the waist. It was $10, so hopefully it'll warm up soon so I can wear them. I am shoveling some pine bark mulch onto the blueberries and strawberry gardens. So I noticed earlier this morning that the potato leaves popped up while we were gone. So I will need to cover them up with some more soil, and I'll probably have to do this a few more times over the next few weeks. I like how this looks, and the pine mulch smells amazing. So this will help the soil retain moisture. So the month of June, typically in our region, is peak season when all the biting bugs are out. And this includes the mosquitoes, black flies, and the deer flies. I wear a bug jacket with a hood, and over top is a white long sleeve shirt because bugs are attracted to dark colors, so of course I try to keep them away with the white shirt. I have long pants tucked into my socks and gloves with the cuffs of my sleeves tucked in. And you're probably wondering, why do I do all this? Well, it's basically the black flies. Those horrible bugs will find any way possible to get under your clothes to bite. And I have mentioned before in another video, I react poorly to black fly bites, and I get these huge hive-like reactions. So I find that this method works best for me.